Hi everybody, it's me, Nana. I'm here today to talk about Pottery Barn. We all know it, we all love it. Well, some of us. It's kind of, you either like it or you don't. I really like it. Unfortunately, I can't afford Pottery Barn, at least 99.9% of the things I can't afford at Pottery Barn. But guess what? This is not Pottery Barn. But you didn't know that, did you? Only because I said Pottery Barn, we kind of assumed that that's what it was because it kind of follows that line. It's very simple but elegant. Hello, Costco. That's what this was. This was a Costco purchase. It was part of a trio. So I paid maybe for this single piece $10? Maybe. And I've had it for a good 10 or 15 years, somewhere between 10 and 15 years. We went to the mall this weekend and they just happened to be having a moving sale. They're moving to a new location. So look at this lovely. I got this for exactly $7.13. Isn't that wonderful? It originally was $19.50, which really is not a bad price considering it's Pottery Barn. Yeah, bunnies do multiply, and mine did. So this one cost me exactly $6.11. Isn't that wonderful? And I believe, yeah, the original price was $7.97. So what a deal. So that's what I picked up some beautiful flowers. I'll show you the example of how they had this decorated in Pottery Barn. But I have my Dollar Tree dogwoods and I have some extra foam that I got at the Dollar Tree, and I just need a little bit to fit inside there to hold my dogwoods firm, right? So I also, for this particular project, I have some Excelsior. Fun little thing that I've been looking for forever, and it's this white orchid scented soap petals. Now these are soap petals that look like roses. Oh my gosh, you're just gonna die. These are the most adorable little things. Oh, look at this. Let me take one out for you. I've seen them, but I never had them in my store, or never saw them. Isn't that lovely? Isn't that just gorgeous? Okay, so it's just like a little rosebud. Of course, my trusty dusty husband's wire cutters, because whenever we're doing florals, you gotta be able to cut it. Okay, so with this, I'm really just going to basically, see that? Snap it. Now, am I going to be able to get that in there? No. Let me go and shave it down and I'll be right back. Okay, what I did is I took this and I shaved it down. I used my little cheese knife there. Shaved it down to where this side will at least start to go in, and then just push it on in, because it'll shape, it'll crunch in, but you want it to go in enough to where it doesn't go all the way in, because once it pops in there, it's really not going to do you any good because it's nice and open in there. And then you'll have to start all over again and kind of dig it out, which, trust me, you don't want to do that. Okay, now, I have two of these, but the idea behind a Pottery Barn-esque Scape is minimalism. So I think one is not enough, where two would be too much. So let's see what we can get here. First of all, this is the dogwood. So even though you'd be tempted to put the whole thing in there, try to resist the temptation. If you can cut it, it's better to cut it. I plan on keeping this up throughout the spring. I think it's a really pretty spring look. Now, let's see. I'm going to put the main Mr. Rabbit here, and I'm going to move the grass away. I don't want him really standing on top of that. I don't want him imbalanced by the grass. You know, you don't want him to be falling off there. So you kind of want to gather it around him. And then we'll clean up the excess later. We don't want anything to be hanging outside of the rim, so to speak. Again, keeping it clean. Keep the design clean. Okay. It doesn't take a lot of effort to make something beautiful. And my husband just happened to see these. And they were sitting in a specific manner that he really liked. So we're just going to do that right here. We're going to kind of recreate what he saw. And again, remember to move this Excelsior, this filler. You want to move it so that our bunnies are not imbalanced. Let's see. But look at that. See, it's kind of like they're nested in. Isn't that cute? And they're kind of having a little discussion. There you go. They're kind of having a discussion as to, there you go, how's that? Much better. I'm all about color. But this is a play on color. We're going to just decorate with two colors. One is really almost the absence, right? There we go. Black is the absence of color, but I would say that white was too. Go. I think one more. This is one of the most elegant things I think I've ever done. There you go. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? Isn't that just beautiful? And how quick was that? That's what I said. Pottery Barn is all about almost the most minimalist of look. And I would say we kind of accomplished that today. What do you think? But that's not all we're going to do today. So hold on. I got another thing for you.